C'est parce qu'il est chaud, non, c'est à la France. Mais c'est pas, je vais faire la.
Hi, I'm Twaambo.
Hello, I'm Tanya.
And welcome to the Business Network Zambia podcast. Today we're going to be answering the question, what does business networking mean? Tanya, you want to go ahead and answer that question for us?
Oh, what does business networking mean? Okay, business networking is where you, as a business owner or somebody who is pursuing business, goes to look for potential leads or customers. So you need to find a room of people who you can introduce yourself to and potentially find who you're going to be able to do business with.
Mm-hmm. For me, business networking means going to a place, going to an event where you meet people in different industries and finding out how you can mutually benefit from meeting. You go there with a purpose. You go there and hopefully what you bring to the table and what other people bring to the table also helps you in your business and in your personal life as well. I want us to talk about a little bit what our experiences networking in Zambia has been like. What has your experience been?
So my experience basically starts, I guess, about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And I found that people would attend a networking event, but they would attend it once, as though magic happens and you know everything from one visit. You've met everyone that you need to meet. So I kind of felt, I was like, do they not understand that it's a rinse and repeat? You have to do this a few times before you find the right people that you're going to do business with. Yeah.
I find that networking events, business networking in Zambia and Lusaka, should I say, is in a silo. It's the same people that go every time. It's the same industry, the same bosses, the same supervisors, and they've met so many times before. And maybe that's the reason that they only go once, because it's the same people. And I think that the direction it needs to go now is, if people are going to go and rinse and repeat, we need to have different kinds of people in the room. So my experience has been boring, very stiff, very corporate, and the same people in the room. How would you compare networking here to networking, say, in the UK?
People networking in the UK go with a purpose, not for vibes. In Zambia, they come for vibes. Y'all just like to party after party. So people go with a purpose and you go with a plan. The idea is you say, okay, I intend to meet at least 3 people who I'm going to follow up with after this event. They're very targeted with the events that they go to. It will be like, okay, if this is just a creator event, then that's not really something for me. If I can see that this has high net worth individuals, then that's the one I want to go to. You put your all into being in the right room. You don't just go because I've only got 250 kwacha and that's all I'm going to pay.
Yeah.
You know, can I come for free to your event? You freebie people. So it's you know what you're going for. You have a plan, but you're still very nice while you're there. You're still, it's a reciprocal thing. You give and you gain. Yeah.
Okay. I found most of the networking events that I've attended were in Germany, for example, and they were more creator-based networking events where people may not have come with a purpose, or the purpose was to meet new people and see what new style of creating you can learn and what can I make with somebody else. And sometimes people agreed there in the room, let's make this kind of video. So the next meeting was actually meeting to make the video or flesh out the idea. And I guess that's what you mean by, go with a purpose. You go, you meet somebody, and by the time you leave, we're going to make something together, or this is our synergy and our energy, and we can do good things together. So what would you recommend with what we've discussed now? What would you recommend changes in the Zambia networking space? We've talked about, how it can be a silo, how people go once, how people go and they're looking for vibes, and the vibe could be corporate chic.
Sure.
You show up in your high heels, in your pencil skirt, you just want to look pretty, hand out a few cards. But how can we change it? How can we make it better? How can we make it world class? What do we recommend that changes in the Zambia business networking landscape?
I think you have to evaluate yourself each time you go. So if I went this time, what did I get out of it? What did I learn? One of the problems that we've suffered from is people will tell them about, oh, we've got a networking event. And they'll be like, oh, who's your speaker? And it's like, it's not about a speaker. It's about you coming to network. It's about what are you going to get out of this event. So it's people tend to go expecting something to come to them as opposed to what am I going to do to achieve something at this event that I'm attending. So I think you have to definitely look at yourself and what did I get out of this event? Who did I meet? But also, did I follow up? So exactly like you said with the creators. Who did I follow up with? It's important that you follow up. Otherwise, it's vibes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The idea is to get to the point of business. If I was a business owner, my target would be each networking event I go to, I'm going to get at least 3 potential leads. Each lead is then going to become at least 1 converted customer. So you have to have a purpose with everything that you're doing. And look, I love it. Like, people get dressed up and they look great. I used to be that back in the day when I was nice and young and good looking. Then we got old. But this, you still have to remember your purpose. It's to do business, and don't do things that are going to constrain you. So like, I know we have some people that come in heels and you then need to sit down. Well, once you sit down, you're not approachable. So if you're making yourself unapproachable, you'll then go home and go, the event was rubbish. I didn't meet anyone. Right. And you blame everyone else and you don't blame yourself. So just a couple of points there, I think.
What I would recommend is, like you're saying, go with a purpose. Really know what it is that you're offering and what you can actually do. Because if you go and you hand out your card and it says sales executive, it then falls on me to then come to you and be like, okay, sales executive, I have this, what can you do for me? And that, I feel, takes you back, because then we have to go into reintroducing what we actually do and how does it work. So working on, this is what I can do for you. Have the conversation outright. Like, I can help you with this. This is what I can do for you, as opposed to, here's my card, do something with it. Then we have to start again with the emailing of like, oh, what do you guys do? How can you help me? This is what I do. Can this work? No. That's another card that you've just thrown into the box, and it's everybody's waste of time. Yeah. So we're at the end of our first episode of the BNZ podcast. We're going to call it the BNZ because that's easier for me to say than Business Network Zambia. But when we say BNZ, that's what we mean, Business Network Zambia. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. Until the next time.
Till the next time.
C'est à la fois